What's up, everybody? Welcome to Unscripted Sports Show. I'm your host, Money E. I'm with my brother, Chris. How are you, Chris?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. It was a good week. We're in week 9, right?
Yep.
We're in week 9 already, halfway through the season. Um, yeah, it was a week. It was a nice week 8. The 1 o'clock games were fire, especially the endings. There was only two blowouts in the 1 o'clock slate, the Eagles game and the Lions game, but all the other ones were um, pretty good. Let's go over our records from last week. You weren't here last week, but you gave the picks. You went 2-6 last week. You're 30-26 on the season. I went 6-2, 37-19 on the season.
Nice.
Um, let's go over our picks from last week. The Rams game. The Vikings lost to the Rams. You had the Rams. Nice call on that. I had the Vikings. I thought the Vikings were gonna bounce back, but it felt like a Rams spot too. But I just picked the Vikings. I don't know why. I mean, I had the Rams first half, but it's tie. Um, and then the Eagles and Bengals game. I'll let you start with this.
Yeah, good performance by the Eagles. It's the first performance that inspired confidence for this season, since maybe the Packers game. So getting back to the basics of Eagles football, which is physicality, running the ball, controlling the line of scrimmage, and then the passing game looked really good as well. So
Exactly. I thought it was their best game of the season. Probably their best game in over a year. Probably since over a year. Yeah, this was their best game of the year of the season by far. Jalen Hurts looks Jalen Hurts' best game in probably over a year. Eagles' best game over a year. Overall, good team victory. Um, very impressed. Every aspect of the all three aspects they were. I won't say flawless, but they were good. The defense played good in the second half. Held the Bengals to 7 points, right? It was 10-10 at
yeah,
half. Yeah.
yeah,
They held the Bengals to 7 points, which is surprising because in the first half it looked like it's gonna be a shootout, but um yeah, they held the Bengals to only 7 points in the second half. They shut down Jamar Chase in the second half. Um Joe Burrow threw 2 interceptions in the second half. Yeah, so they held down Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase in that offense. Not that offense is great, but the whole one of the best receivers down like that. Pretty
hmm
impressive. Um, yeah, best win of the season. Um, let's see what they do against Doug Peterson, and it's Doug Peterson's first game against the Eagles, I believe,
No, no, you had one 2 years ago.
in Philly.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was a game. That was a raining game. Trevor Lawrence
did we
slipped in
beat?
the rain a lot. We beat them.
Okay, I spoiler. I think they win this game, but this could actually be the we have the Cowboys next week, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Do you see this? I mean, we could talk a little bit before we predict our picks, but do you see this maybe as trap game?
No, no. I think both Cowboys and Eagles win this week, and they both look strong headed into their matchup. So
Yeah, and next week it's in Dallas, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but next game, the Buccaneers and Falcons. Falcons win here. I think the Falcons are gonna win that division. That's a weak division. Not. that the Falcons are any good. It's just a weak division, and Buccaneers lost their weapons, and unless Mike Evans comes back, I think Buccaneers would have to have a better record than the Falcons because they lost the tiebreaker. But any thoughts on this game?
Yeah, I think Bucks look better than anticipated given their injuries, but yeah, I think it's the Falcons' division to lose at this point. So
Yeah, unless the Saints somehow make a miracle and go on a winning streak. Because the first two games we all thought the Saints were the best offense in the league, and then they just fell apart. So
yeah, for sure.
and the Texans beat the Colts. This was an interesting ending. The Colts looked like they recovered a fumble and taking for touchdown, but it was called back, and the Texans survived. Um, any quick thoughts on this?
Um, yeah, I think that um, Texans are good, and I think they are who we thought they were going to be, and it'll be interesting to see how they play tonight.
Yeah, we'll get to that picks. We'll talk more about that. The Bills and Seahawks. I had the Bills. You had the Seahawks. The Bills, man, they went to Seattle and just stomped on Seattle in the rain, especially in the second half. Um, I mean, it wasn't a great performance by Josh Allen because it was raining. So, but the Bills found a way to win, and they blew the Seahawks out. I think the Seahawks missed DK badly because it's Geno's check down receiver, and that the other two are not good. It's just he trusts DK the most, I think. So you could see that Geno missed DK.
Yeah, for sure.
People forget how good DK is. He is underappreciated in this league. He is one of the top 10 receivers in this league, probably top 8.
Hmm.
Um, you have any thoughts on that?
No, it'll be interesting to see what the Seahawks do moving forward. I don't think they're a bad team, but they've kind of slipped here a little bit. So
Yeah. Commanders and Bears. What an ending to this game. Hail Mary pass by the rookie Jalen Daniels. Um, Spoiler alert, he's my MVP because I, I thought that was a great ending. I missed the ending live, but I watched it. It was he threw that and it was Hail Mary. Commanders are just on point this year. Everything's going right now for them. I think they're gonna win the division. Um, but I can't wait to play them because I think it's gonna be a good game between the Eagles and Commanders, as it always is. The Bears had it. The Bears, even Kevin Williams. It was a good game. It wasn't a shootout, but it was a good game, entertaining game. The Bears defense is legit. They held the Commanders to, I mean, one touchdown until the Hail Mary. But any thoughts on this game?
yeah, I think it was just a game that Commanders deserve to win, and I'm glad to see that happen. I don't think Chicago's that good right now. So
Yeah, I like Jalen Daniels. I think he's probably the best quarterback in the division right now. Yeah, I mean, Hurts and him are the best quarterbacks in our division for sure.
yeah,
Niners and Cowboys. How about them Cowboys?
yeah, they're so bad. Uh, not even didn't even put up a good fight. It was a blowout from the get-go. What was the final score again? I forget.
30-24. They were down 10. Niners were down 10-6 at halftime. I turned away
Oh,
for
that's right. Yeah,
I turned away, and then all of a sudden they're up by 2 touchdowns when I turn it back on. I said, what the hell happened?
yeah,
And
yeah. I
then
think it was. Yeah,
I think it was 20. They scored. It was like 27-10 when I turned it back or something. Or something. I forget what it was. They were up by 2 touchdowns when I turned it back on. Um, yeah. I mean, the Cowboys are who we thought they were. I didn't think they were going to be good this year. Um, there's another team that we'll talk about that is playing tonight, but yeah, Cowboys are Cowboys, and it's great to see. Even though I hate the Niners too, but it was great to see. Um, Zach the Pat starting those pass again in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Um,
as always.
yep. even Cowboy fans. I watched some videos of Cowboy fans' reactions just for entertainment, and even they say it's the same thing.
Every game,
Yep.
every game.
See, even Cowboy fans admit that Prescott always does that. That goes to show you, um, Cowboy fans are smart. They are smart. They are a smart fan base, and they don't take the real Cowboy fans. I'm talking about like the legit Cowboy fans, not the bandwagon ones that you see that you know what I'm talking about.
Hmm.
But yeah, and then the Monday night, what was the Monday night game? Pittsburgh and the Giants. I didn't watch this because I was watching the World Series. Um, I turned it for a couple of seconds, but yeah, Pittsburgh won here. It was a close game until Pittsburgh won, and I think they only won by double digits. So I don't know what they won by, but Pittsburgh looked good. Any thoughts on this game? I don't know if you watched it.
Yeah, it was a boring game. I just hate watching the Steelers. Guess they're a solid football team, but they're literally the most boring football team in the league to watch. I'd rather watch the Panthers than them. I'd rather watch any other team but the Steelers.
And that's pretty much why I didn't watch it because one, it's the World Series is on, and two, who's gonna watch the Giants in Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
So who's gonna watch Daniel Jones and old man Russell Wilson? Even though Russell Wilson looks good for that offense. He's perfect for Pittsburgh because he didn't have to do a lot. That's the one thing with the Pittsburgh Steelers organization. They make quarterbacks look good because they run the ball so much.
Yep.
Let's or let's see. Oh, here's the bye week. 49ers and Steelers are on bye. Speaking of them, and for MVPs, I had Jalen Daniels and you had Jared Goff. Both good choices. Had a great week. I could even say Jalen Hurts is. I thought you were gonna go with Hurts. That's why I didn't. That's why I chose Jalen Daniels.
Yeah. Yeah, and lots of good reasons. I mean, but you're in the quarterback of the team that dropped 50 points, so
Oh yeah,
that's why I've chosen. So
exactly. Detroit looks really good. Um, let's get to our picks tonight. Thursday night football. You got the Texans and Jets. The Jets are 2-6. Have lost 5 straight now. Um, yeah, Jets fans have jumped off the not the bandwagon, but they've given up on the season. Also, I've been watching Jets videos too, um, just to see how their reaction is because the Jets were supposed to be better than this. But what are your thoughts? I mean, we both have the Jets winning, probably the same thought process here. Um, I'll let you go first.
only reason I'm picking the Jets is because I feel like they need to win a game at some point. So that's really the
Exactly.
only reason I'm picking them.
Yep.
Otherwise, the Texans should just blow them out, honestly.
Yeah.
And I think they might end up doing that, but we'll see.
I think this is a game where nobody thinks the Jets are going to win, even though they're favorites. because there's stuff on Diggs and the Collins are out for Houston, but I think Houston still should be favorite, but that's just me. But I think the spread says it all. Maybe I'm reading too much into that, but the Jets are just due. Nobody thinks they're gonna win, even though they're favorites. Not even Jets fans think they're Jets fans think the season is over. Um, Taking the Texas money line is tempting because when they're gonna be underdogs like this, yeah, I'm picking the Jets too because they're just due for a win, and they're gonna win when least expected, even though they're favorites. So, do I expect them to score 40 points tonight? No. Do I think it's gonna be an ugly win? Yeah. Um,
Yeah.
it's gonna be an ugly win. There's gonna be some moments where you think the Jets are not back, but the good. It's time for Devontae Adams to step up tonight. Um, because that trade looks like a shit. That looks like a shit trade right now.
Yeah, I
He
agree.
has 6 catches, 0 touchdowns, and under 100 yards. That's not the Devontae Adams that Jet fans wanted. So is Devontae Adams done? I don't know. He looks like he's a rookie out there.
Yeah. Well, I also think that Aaron Rodgers just isn't playing well. That offense isn't playing well. It's all ISO ball. There's no motion. There's no anything. It's just
Yeah,
run ones, and there's no. It's just bad. Yeah.
it's just a bad situation. I think that there's no energy with the Jets. Will we see it tonight? Maybe for one night we will see it. It's a short week, so that's another reason why I picked the Jets. Short week. Texans might not even really care about this game. They won last week. They'll say, let the Jets not win, but I don't think maybe the Texans don't get up for this game so much because they don't have Diggs, they don't have Collins. Maybe they trade for a receiver at the deadline on Tuesday, so we'll see. But
Yep.
it should be an interesting game. The only thing I'll watch that game. Um, Cowboys and Falcons. This is the only 1 o'clock game we on this 8 game slate we're picking. Oh, you have the Cowboys too. My bad.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know why I had the Falcons for you. Um, I have the Cowboys here because they're due, just like the Jets. Um, the Falcons are coming off a big win against the Buccaneers. They don't need to win. Cowboys need to win. They need to get back to 500 to play when they play the Eagles next week. They need to stay in the race, sort of. So they're not a good team, but they need to stay in the playoff race. So they need to win here, or their season is probably over. They don't win.
Yep.
Is that your same thoughts there?
Yep. I completely agree.
Next game, the Eagles. I don't know why I had the Jags for you. Eagles and Jags. Return of Doug Peterson to play his old team. Second time. I thought it was the first time. It's going to be the first time, but I forgot 2 years ago they played. Um,
Is that last year or 2 years ago? I forget. But they have
yeah.
played Doug Peterson before.
Uh, for some reason, I thought it was the first, but Doug Peterson returns to Philly. He'll probably get a standing ovation because people are still on that Nick. I don't know. People are on that bandwagon right now, but people don't like Nick right now. Um, Even though they won. I have the Eagles. You have the Eagles. Jags are just bad. I don't know when they're gonna fire Doug Peterson, but it's coming. Do they fire him after this game?
I'm not sure. They're so bad. They're just a bad team.
I
um,
actually feel bad for Doug Peterson. I
It's like
wonder if
he's
he
not a
just
head coach anymore. Like he
he
he's
won his
still
ring.
he just he continues to have Press Taylor there, as I'm pretty sure is his OC. It's just he's too loyal
Same
to the same
mistakes.
guys, and they suck. They suck. So
Same mistakes
he's
he still
ruining
do. Huh?
he's ruining Trevor Lawrence's career. Not that I think Trevor Lawrence is that good to begin with. Um,
Good college
but
quarterback. Another quarterback that was good in college, but
I just what has he
MVP.
done? I don't get when people put him in their top 10 list. Cool, he has a good arm. Cool, but like at the end of the day, just give me someone who wins. Jalen Hurts doesn't have an incredible arm. He doesn't have all this like raw talent, but at the end of the day, he's a winner. And
Yeah,
there's not that many people in this league who are just flat out winners. So,
yeah. There's a lot of bad quarterbacks in this league right now. A lot,
yep.
and we're fortunate to have a, a very good quarterback. Um, I know I've been hard on Hurst sometimes, but he's still a very good quarterback. Um,
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence, I thought he was going to be a legit quarterback, but he just doesn't have it in the NFL. He had it in college. Um, Certain quarterbacks just have it in college, but not in the NFL. It's the same thing with Bryce Young. He was a great college quarterback, but can't find his way in the NFL. Trevor Lawrence, his first year was good. I think he sort of kind of lived up to the rookie, but then he just fell apart after that. I don't know if the coaching change or whatever scheme. Maybe he needs a new scheme or whatever. But Jags are investing in him, so I don't think they're gonna give up on him yet. But yeah, I think the Eagles blow them out. To be honest.
Yeah, me too. I think both the Eagles and Cowboys look really strong headed into their matchup. So,
Yeah, and I get to watch this because it's a 4 o'clock game, so I didn't realize it was a 4 o'clock game. But Lions and Packers, probably the game of the week. Um, these two rivals, we all know the history between these two teams. Packers always owned the Lions, but lately the Lions have beaten the Packers. But I think the Packers win here. I think the Lions are kind of due for a letdown. They won 2 straight blowout games. Um, these two teams are I think, gonna split. I think the Packers win this week, and you have the Packers too.
yeah. Yeah, I think they win. So,
I think they need to have somebody in the race with the Lions. The Lions, they don't want the Lions to run away with the division, so it's either the Packers or Vikings to stay in the race. And I think they want the Packers. I think they might be meeting the last game of the season, so yeah, I think the Lions lose here. I think it's a letdown spot after 2 blowouts facing a tough opponent. The Packers going to be ready for this game. So yeah, it's good, especially at Lambeau. If it wasn't Detroit, I might be picking Detroit, but since it's in Lambeau, yeah. Uh, Bears and Cardinals. It's an interesting matchup. You got Cameron Williams versus Kyle Murray. I think the Cardinals win here. I think bad travel spot for the Bears after losing to Washington last week. Um, yeah, I think the Cardinals win here. I think they need
yeah.
to stay in the playoff race. I don't think the Bears are ready for the playoffs yet. They're a
Yeah.
year away.
Yeah, I agree.
And then you got NFC West battle, Rams and Seahawks. I think the Seahawks bounce back here. But this is a coin flip game for me. I could see the Rams winning. But one of these two teams, I think makes it probably maybe makes the playoffs. But yeah, hopefully DK is. I don't know if DK is back this week, but I think Geno bounces back here and Seahawks win.
Yeah, I
Same
think the
thought.
Seahawks win as well.
Yeah,
And they have a good bounce back here.
yeah, and hopefully DK is back. I don't know what his status is, but Sunday Night Football, Colts and Vikings. I think the Vikings bounce back here. You have the Colts Um, I think being at home, Vikings bounce back after two straight losses after being undefeated. Um, yeah, but Colts make a quarterback change to the old 40-year-old Joe Flacco. So we'll see how that works out. You go back to Joe Flacco. He was starting because of Anthony Richards was injured, but now they bench him. So as I said earlier, a few minutes ago, there's some really bad quarterbacks out there, and Anthony Richardson is one of them. Even though I'm a Gators fan and I like Anthony Richardson, but he's just not an NFL quarterback. Him and Bryce Young are
They just
not NFL
they haven't given Anthony Richardson enough time.
good to go. Yeah,
I'm not saying he's good or bad. I'm just saying he's hasn't had that many starts, and I think it's early to give up on him unless they're seeing something that I'm not.
yeah. I don't think he's horrible, and I think they just need to let him develop. But he's been injured so much that I think they are giving up on him too early in the season right now. I don't think going to Joe Flacco is the right decision.
I
I
agree.
think you're going to ruin his confidence because Anthony Richardson has the potential to be a decent quarterback in this league, a good enough quarterback, good enough starting quarterback.
Hmm.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. They want to go back. I think they want to make the playoffs, so I think that they think their best chance is with Joe Flacco. But what happens when Joe Flacco starts to show his age, like Aaron Rodgers? You go back to Anthony Richardson. So
I know.
I think the Colts are just desperate here. I mean, it's not to say Joe Flacco is not a winner. He is. He won the Super Bowl. So we'll see. I didn't even know Joe Flacco was the backup until he started.
Yeah.
I thought he retired. But and then the Monday night game, Buccaneers and Chiefs. I have the Chiefs here. I think that I think the Chiefs remain undefeated until they play the Bills. I think that's their loss. But I can see why you picked the Buccaneers. Underdog. Nobody else is picking the Buccaneers. No, I could see the Buccaneers winning.
Yeah, a little bit of bounce back game for them.
Should be a good game. Um, that was our picks. So let's get to our power rankings real quick. That's your power 8, power 5 from last week. Mine. And then this week, you have the Ravens, Bills, Commanders, Lions, and Eagles. Any quick thoughts on your ranking?
Yeah, I know the Ravens lost, but I still think, you know,
They're
division
legit.
game, letdown game. I still think they're the best team in the league.
Yeah,
Um, I I know Mahomes and the Chiefs are still up there, which, credit where credit's due. Um, they've been really good up into this season, but I don't know how that offense is going to look moving forward. I just really don't. They got a lot of injuries right
yeah.
now. I mean, they're down like Rasheed Rice.
They got
They're
DeAndre
down,
Hopkins, but he's not the
yeah,
same.
Pacheco. So it's nothing
You got
against the Chiefs. I just think there needs to be a bigger spotlight on some of these other teams that are playing really good football. So
exactly. No, I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I have the Chiefs because they're still undefeated, but as you said, I don't think I could have had the Lions in this spot. But yeah, if if I had to do it over, I'd probably put the Lions in number one spot. But I have the Chiefs, Lions, Bills, Steelers, and Ravens. I thought about putting the Commanders in there, but I think the Steelers are. It was hard. The last three spots. I mean, the last two spots were hard. I didn't want to leave off the Ravens, and I think the Steelers are playing good football too, and the Commanders, so and the Eagles. So top five was kind of hard this week because there's some other teams that could be in the top five, like you did with the Eagles and the Commanders. So, um, yeah, you couldn't make an argument for the Eagles and Commanders to be in the top 5 over the Steelers and Ravens so easily. Because I think
Hmm.
Eagles and Commanders are playing just as good football as It's the Ravens and Steelers. As you said, the Ravens are probably the best team in the NFL, if not the Lions. But yeah,
Yeah, I think those two are definitely the best right now,
and the
especially the
Bills.
Lions.
You have and the Bills are those are probably the top 3 teams if you had to take away the record. Those are probably the top 3 teams right now.
I agree. Just teams that look the best.
Yep. Now, since we're almost halfway, who would you have the MVP right now?
Lamar Jackson. I don't. It's Lamar Jackson. I mean, he's playing better than he was in his MVP years. I can understand why people might say Jaden Daniels. I don't. I mean, I don't know. Lamar Jackson's just on a different level right now. I think for me it goes Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Jaden Daniels. I think MVP is going to be Lamar Jackson or Josh Allen. I think probably it'll end up being Josh Allen just because he hasn't won one yet.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah,
I think it's Josh. I think I have the same top 3, but I have Josh Allen because I think last week was his first interception of the year, and he hasn't been turning the ball over this season. Knock on wood. But yeah, I think Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson are playing, and Jalen Daniels are the top 3 quarterbacks right now in the league, fantasy wise too. Um, I'm so happy I drafted Jalen Daniels in 2 of my leagues, even though one of my leagues I'm 2-6. But um, yeah, Daniels is a legit fantasy player. Even last week when he was with the ribs injury, he still gave me 24 points. but yeah,
hmm
but yeah, those 3 are legit. Probably the free future of the NFL. Those 3, besides Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, and CJ. You can't forget CJ. CJ hasn't had the best season because he's lost 2 of his receivers, Collins and Diggs, and that sucks. So Houston's gonna have to rely on the running game a lot now, unless they trade for a receiver. I don't know what receivers out there they can trade for, but maybe they'll some team will trade. But yeah, our best bets. I have the Jets first half. This is the first half. First half minus 1.5. Uh, and you have the wait. Uh, oh, you have Jets money line. I have the first half Jets one minus 1.5 plus 115 on FanDuel, and you have the Jets money line. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. We both think the Jets are gonna win. I Since you took the Jets money line, I decided to take the first half. So I like doing the first halves. But sometimes you can't trust the Jets, especially the Jets. A team like the Jets, full game.
hmm
So I decided to take that. Our best bets. Yes, you see it right. I have the Cowboys money line. Pains me to put that out there. I hate doing that. But I said it earlier, the Cowboys bounce back here. They need to win. And yeah, we both have plus money as our best bet. So underdogs. And I thought the Cowboys money line was pretty tempting here. I
Yeah.
hate I hate it saying this. I hate betting that because I feel like they're gonna. Anytime I bet on a rival, they always let me down. But hey, it's a win-win if they lose. So uh, even though I lose money, the Cowboys lose. So hey, it's a
Yep.
win-win for me.
Yep. I agree.
Uh, Who's your fantasy player of the week this week?
I forget. Forget who I chose. I don't think I even put one. Let me check.
No, you didn't put it.
Fantasy player. Yeah, I didn't put a fantasy player of the week. Let's see. Let's look at these games. I'm going to go. I'm gonna go. Let's go with someone for tonight. Is Nico Collins playing? Is he still hurt?
I think he's still hurt. I think that's why the Texans are underdogs.
I'm gonna say let's go. Let's go Romeo Dobbs. I think the Packers are gonna win. I think he's gonna have a good game.
Good pick. Any final thoughts before we get out of here?
Nope. I think that's all I got.
Yeah. The Dodgers won the World Series. Congratulations to them. I mean, I'm happy because I won the Freddie Freeman MVP 30-1
I know.
odds. I
That's great.
I gave that out on my prediction show. It's a long shot, and I won the RBI most RBIs. I just had a feeling because everybody thought it was going to be Otani or Judge or Soto or Mookie, and everybody forgot about Freddie Freeman. That's one of the reasons why I picked Freeman, because he was a forgotten star, and he was due. He was due for a big series, and he loves the big moments. He did it with the Braves. People forget how good Freddie Freeman is because he's getting outshined by Mookie and Otani there, but people forget that Freddie is one of the best first basemen out there. So that's one of the reasons why I picked him. And 30-1, I couldn't pass up. So I wish I'd put more money, but 30-1 odds. That's it. Why not? I'll take a chance.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm happy for Otani mostly and Freddie Freeman and Mookie. Those are the only three Dodgers I like. But other than that, okay. I'm glad the Yankees lost because I hate the Yankees. And the Soto watch is on. I don't know.
I don't think we get him. I don't think we're gonna spend the money.
He has the relationships here, and that's the only thing that could sway him. He has relationships, and another thing is somebody brought up that he could be the heir apparent because he is young, and he's not going to be the heir apparent in New York in the New York team. So we'll see. I think we have a legit shot, but can we? It depends on what Soto wants, what he values, because he does have his relationships here with Kevin Long and Harper and Turner and Schwarber. So we'll see.
I think he's just gonna get a contract because he hasn't gotten that yet. He hasn't gotten his big 10-year plus deal, and I don't think we're gonna be able to outbid anybody. We've already done that with two
Yeah.
stars. We've done that with Harper and Turner, and Middleton already came out and said he thinks we have enough stars. So
Yeah, we'll see.
yeah, we'll see.
I think we're going to be in the running, but I think it's less than 50% for me. But we'll see. You never know. Scott Boras has his agent. He's friends with Harper, so we don't know what's going to happen. It should be interesting. In the Sisters news, we can talk about that for 30 minutes, but we'll do that another time. That's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would love. I know you have to go. Probably. We'll probably can talk about that another day. That's a whole nother subject. That. Yeah.
Yep. I agree.
Yep. Later, Chris.
All right. Talk to you later.
Yep. Bye.
Bye bye.